Hey there everyone, it's Val and welcome to today's Squirrel, which is RimWorld Alpha 17. I am not going to be streaming Zajira's Travels today because my sleeping, for reasons I won't go into, it's not insomnia, it's something else, has not been very good for the last couple of days. So while I did get sleep, it was interrupted severely, and I am feeling quite groggy, as might be evidenced by the fact it's taking me an extra 15 minutes to get ready. Yeah, like even just switching over to not doing something other than Zajira's Travels shouldn't have taken as long as... Yeah, it took 45 minutes. So, that is normally 20. That's because I kept messing things up. Anyway, the reason that I'm playing RimWorld, I am awake enough to stream and be coherent, but not enough to roleplay properly. And RimWorld has the fascinating property for me that it can absolutely grab my attention even when I'm tired. It actually helps me focus. Don't ask me what it is about it. Dang it, thing on my glasses. I have to admit, it's one of the few games that has had that property for me. So, even though I have streamed RimWorld in the past, Alpha 12, Alpha 13, so this is the first one since I think Alpha 13, aside from my test stream that I streamed earlier at the end of last month. I will say a couple of things about it, because I originally hadn't planned to stream it until I realized that it was an excellent attention grabber for me, on my part, is that there are a few changes that I've made to the game to make the current version more enjoyable for me. Normally, when I'm streaming a game, I prefer not, aside from adding mods, I prefer not to change the base gameplay, because I want to show you the game as it is in the core. However, this is going to be one of those rare exceptions, because a couple of the changes that have been made to the game, I disagree with on a fundamental level. And if you really want to know why I made those changes, you can ask me, but I have talked about it in reference to RimWorld once. I did it in the test stream, which has now been deleted and lost to oblivion. But anyway, it has to do with forcing people to play a certain way. And I disagree with that. Like, once you give people the tools to play the game, I think you should leave them to play the way they want to play. Alright, anyway, so the two changes that I have made, one of them I can't show you because it's in an XML file. Basically, I have disabled sappers because they have omniscience that they shouldn't have, in my opinion. And the other change I can actually show you, and that's why I'm sitting here on the intro screen, because I want to show you, since I wasn't planning to stream this today originally, I don't have a nice neat mod list set up to show you, so I'm going to have to show you it in here, and hopefully if you are watching this after the fact, you can scroll through slowly and see which ones I've got, if you're interested. And if it looks like I'm going to be playing RimWorld again for today's Squirrel when insomnia or tiredness makes it impossible for me to RP, which is highly likely, I will have set up on Steam's workshop a list that you can actually reference for it. Anyway, let's take a look. These are the mods I have. There is a metric ton. Yeah. These are all ones that I have sort of accumulated watching other people play on YouTube. I've been checking up on about 3 or 4 different people that have different series of the latest Alpha 17 RimWorld. And, well, as you can see, there is a lot of mods. And I will mention this one. This is the only one that I have with the settings that I've chosen for them that I would consider, I don't like the term overpowered, but in this case I would say it is. This cat is wonderful. The main issue that I have with it, and the reason I call it overpowered, is this animal can take down a grizzly bear. One of them. Now, that said animal is probably lying bleeding in the dust as well, but the grizzly bear is dead. And that is a little, even for a genetically modified cat made to be more intelligent, that is a little bit much for me. I could see it taking down, say, a timber wolf, but I do find it fun to play with, and that's one of the reasons that I do keep it in the list. Alright, so let's keep going down. The one with the red X's are ones that I'm not using, not because I don't like them, but because I have something else that I've chosen instead. That, like Miss Robot's kind of housekeeper assistance cat, they're both kind of the same thing, except this one is not overpowered in the same way that the cat is. But you know me, I love cats, so we're going with the assistance cat. And these things haven't been updated yet, and I've been kind of waiting for these. Actually, that one we may not need anymore, but anyway. Okay, so those are the mods. As you can see, there's a lot. I don't even want to count them. And I'm ignoring the feline in the background. And, hello, Trinity. Welcome to the stream. And also, Yankee, I'm sorry, I forgot to say hello to you, too. What's up? I'm too tired to roleplay today. And so we're doing a today's squirrel instead, because I am awake enough to stream, especially with, as I explained a little bit ago, RimWorld has the unique property of being able to grab my attention even when I'm very tired, which is not very usual in a game for me. Right, so those are the mods that I'm going to be using. We're going to start a new colony, and I've actually set up a custom scenario called Crash Landed Solo. It does mean it's a slightly slower start, but I like the fact that there's only one character to start with. I just do. And this is what we're starting with. We're starting with a cat and a housekeeper cat and a random pet. That's primarily in case we don't get a character that's any good at taming, and I do like starting with a housekeeper cat. It's almost like having another colonist, but not quite. And starting with an assault rifle. And I'm not sure if that medicine is less than the basic. Yeah, a little bit less medicine. I think we're starting with more components. And we're a little bit more steel. Okay, so anyway, that's what we're starting with. I won't go into exactly the reasons that I ended up choosing all that. Now, so we can go here, we can say, I've been playing it on Phoebe, and we're going to do it on Rough Phoebe. And Poker. Let's pick a good seed. Struggle. Crazy. There we go. That's a perfect one for me. Angie Locke on YouTube. Hello. Welcome to the stream. You love that I love cats. So do you. Awesome. Alright, we are going to generate, 100% of the world, because I like having lots of choice. Even though it does make it kind of difficult to do the go get the AI, visit the AI that has the ship to take you off the world type scenario. But that's okay. So we'll go and we'll generate the world. It is a little slow generating, but that's because we picked 100%. Oh, stuffing. You have food. Go eat it. You have fresh water, you have dry food, and you have a little bit of your lunch wet food left over, so go eat that. And quit complaining in the background. Or that, go in your tent and have a nap. It'd be kind of cool to have a little application for OBS that every time Stuff and Meowed, a little cat would pop up in the corner going meow. That would be quite funny, but that would require a lot of programming and detection of sounds on the mic, which is probably impossible, but hey, it'd be funny to think about. Anyway, so we're gonna pick a site. I like having a bigger map. And I think we started with a you can tell I'm tired. I can't even remember at which point you pick a colonist. I think we've already might gone past the point at which we selected our colonist. So we're going to start with whoever we got, and we may die really quickly because they may have totally inappropriate skills for surviving wherever it is we're going to go. Let's start by checking out our factions here. It looks like we've got those guys we'll make friends of eventually. These guys will never be our friends. Basically, look for an area with blue and yellows. It'd be a good spot. So lots of blue and yellows. Let's select a random site. That's a little far north. Can I have some place? Yeah, okay, that looks a little better. Well, this area doesn't look too bad. I don't like the automatic place they picked for me. Somewhere along here might be nice. Now this is temperate forest. We have 50 days growing period. If we went in here, that's the desert. I don't know if we want to go with the desert. Sure, we'll take this. Now, how about here? What's this? This is mountainous marble and limestone. This has got limestone and granite. It's granite, marble, and limestone. It's large hills. Okay, actually, I think the large hills I like a little bit better. And it looks like it probably is going to get a little hot in the summer. It probably won't go below 0 in the winter except for during cold snaps. So it's actually not too bad in terms of temperature-wise. If we wanted a harder place, we could go further north or further south. But this looks good enough. All right, so we did set that. The starting season is auto, so we have no idea when we're starting. And then we hit next. Oh, this is when we get the character. All right. Well, we could use prepare carefully, and I'm going to show that to you. You can actually save out and load in preset characters. So, for example, I've got one here called Tigress. I'm not going to use Tigress because she's got... well, I can show you to her. I have used her several times before, so I've kind of had her a lot, and I would like somebody else. Yeah, confirm that we don't do that. So we're just going to randomize, and once we get somebody that looks good in terms of their stats, then I'll go in and customize them a little bit. No, you won't make a good starting colonist. Asthma, no. Well, let's see. We want somebody who can at least... Alright, what have we got here? Not too bad, actually. The shooting is horrible, so we might have to... yeah, we might be okay with that, actually. Growing is 0, and that is a concern. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to take this male colonist, we're going to go into prepare carefully, and we're going to change Eric's to Erica. Change you back to Erica. We're going to change you to a female because, well, since we're starting with one character. And I would like, actually, some hair. I kind of like hair. And one of the mods that I have actually gives more hairstyles, so let's pick an exciting hairstyle. There we go, here's some of them. They're interspersed. Oh, actually, whoops, no, don't do that. Go here. Oh, wait, what's that? Oh, you can pick it this way. I see. Funky. No, high pony. That sounds good. And I kind of like redder hair than that. There we go. There's our character. Does he identify as a woman now? I guess so, White Flary. Except I actually did the sex reassignment surgery already. Optimist and too smart. Okay, we're not going to mess around with those. And what we're going to do is we're going to take away a little bit of mining. You can't go below here. If you notice, there's a little bit of a lighter part there. This is the part where a little extra was added in. We're going to take that away, and we are going to put that into growing. Was it 3 or 4 I took out? Anyway, I think it was 3. So that way we're still using the same amount of points. Shooting, okay, we're gonna take a little bit more on crafting and a little bit in intellectual. I think that was 3 points, and we're gonna throw those into shooting so that not totally useless there. Cooking, yeah, we might poison ourselves a few times, but we should live, right? Well, maybe we'll give ourselves 1 more point in cooking, just in case. Okay, so a little bit of adjustments. If you had more than one starting character, you can set up relationships now, which is new to me from, like I said, Alpha 13 when I last streamed this. And right, Yorkshire Terrier. No, I really, they're so useless. Okay, fine. It's no worse than a regular cat, I suppose. A regular cat's pretty useless too. They're very cute, but they're pretty useless. All they do is eat food and look cute, which is what the Yorkie does. Alrighty, so I think we've got this character done. I'm just going to save this character, and it looks like I saved another one too, so we'll just save Erica. When you play, you have someone who can cook, shoot, and one who can grow and mine. Well, pretty much you can do those things with the adjustments that we've made. And since we're starting with only one character, we don't know if the first few characters that come along that we can acquire will be of use, so I like to make them a little bit more well-rounded, if not stupendous in any one thing, although in this case, Erica's pretty good at mining to start with. Alright, so I think we can go ahead and start. Yes. Alright, let's see where Phoebe is going to put us. And I have played probably about, at this point in Alpha 17, I've probably played about 200, 300 hours of it. So I am pretty familiar with it, plus the fact that I got a ton of mods on here. So if I forget which feature belongs to a mod and which belongs to vanilla, I apologize in advance. And actually, dang it, I meant to show you the other thing that I changed about the base game, but I didn't. It's actually part of the Crash Landed Survival. You might have noticed it in passing. I don't know if it showed it. My custom Crash Landed Survival. Basically what I've done is I've disabled the infestations. Again, for the same reason. I feel it's forcing you to play a certain way, and I really dislike when a developer does that. And since I play this to fun, that's why I have made that change. But the developer actually has provided a method of doing that, so I did mean to show it to you, but I didn't, so oh well. Okay, we don't really need Moody at the moment because we only have one person to look after. Alright, let's pause it and have a... Oh, hi, Yakov. And what's the... Lilia is our little useless dog there. Alright, let's have a look. We've got... In the center, we've already got a steam vent right there. So how many are on the map here? Let's select similar. There's 8 of them on the map. There's one there. One there, one there. Oh. If we started up here, we'd actually have 3 of these, but we don't really have any rich soil, which is not good. If we went down in this corner, again, yeah, the rich soil is in the center. Well, yeah, it's in the center and down. We have 2 steam vents here. Alright, well, that's a nice big grow zone, and maybe we can eventually grab that. But I think we're going to survive with the ones that we have here, with the idea that we're going to be using these 2 for our geothermal power when we get to that. Useless dogs. I think of my dogs. I'm a cat person, but there's, besides that, the dog, it eats food, and that's about it. The little ones, at least the Labradors, you can train up. Those aren't useless because they'll actually help around the house by hauling things. Not so much these little guys. They do nothing. They're like a purse dog. They just are there. Yeah. Okay, so from the defensive point of view, it looks like we could wall this off in the short term, and in the short term we might we could wall that off in the short term and then have people coming in this way alone. And over time we will expand. Usually I end up getting quite a big base. And that will probably encompass this down here. It looks like this is probably an ancient danger room, which means that we might have to manually trigger the naming of the colony. Because there is a bug, which I'll mention is if they're in Alpha 17, if there is bad guys in here, the mechanoids that are wandering around inside there, then for some reason it keeps us in some kind of version of combat mode and we won't be able to name the colony. And I'll have to go into developer mode and get the tools in order to do that. That is supposed to be fixed for the next alpha. Alright, so we see what we have. Let's go ahead and let's go to orders. Let's just unforbid everything so we don't have to go and do it manually. And it looks like we got a little house here, which we can use. Oh, well, there's this one. No, that's too far away. Alright, so we're going to use this one as our starting house because it's, well, it's there and it can be used. So let's go ahead and grab Erica. And let's ask her to do a little bit of stuff. And actually, I guess we should ask her to grab her weapon first. That's probably the best thing. Alright. And we would like you to bring these. Actually, is there any more on the map like it? Yes. Okay, so go ahead and bring all of those. We want to, I don't think there's any more of these on the map. No. Let's haul those, and because these deteriorate, let's select those. That's all of them. Let's haul those. And that will do for the moment. Okay, so she can, let's give her a spot to put these things. Zone in the area. Let's, yeah, we're gonna, are we gonna toss it inside? Yeah, we're gonna toss it inside for now. Is that a cat? Yes, that is. That's a housekeeper cat. Which, as I kind of mentioned earlier, is a little bit of an OP critter. Because it can take a grizzly bear down. I think of them as genetically modified cats because they help you clean around the house. As well as haul things. It would... given their size, they really shouldn't be able to take down a grizzly bear or a cougar. Even if that taking it down kills them from blood loss and or infection in the end. But I do have a lot of fun with them, so that's why we have them, even though they are a little too strong in that regard. Because if they're designed as an enhanced critter to help around the house in this far future, I don't really think that they'd be set up to take down grizzly bears. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Alright, anyway, furniture. Or not furniture. We are going to throw in a quick wall here. We're going to put a door there. And we are going to grab... let's see if we'll try to get her to make a bed. If she can't, we'll throw this in just for the short term. And let's toss in an animal sleeping spot or two so the animals can sleep somewhere. And let's get her going so she now can run around and... Oh, she's having a snack first. White Flurry. Did I say hello and welcome to the stream? Cats are OP in real life. Yes, when they got their scythes of doom, they definitely are. Alright, so we can go a little faster here. So she's going to start by pulling in... Actually, Erica, if you don't mind, I would kind of like you to... Let's get this protected. Because otherwise, yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Yeah, keep going. What I was afraid of is... Oh, no, she's hauling medicine. Dang it! One of those boars ate that. That's what I was worried about. If you're still inside when this is done, you get out of there. Don't eat my food. Really? You're bringing like one piece of wood at a time? What is this? Thank you. Really? You are so horrible at... She sucks at construction. Oh my god. What is that? 3 times in a row she's failed at that wall? Get out of there, you jerk! Okay. Erica. Please kill this rat. Thank you. Alright, so now our food, as we pull it in, should be secure. You like to play in the north during the winter. Well, I don't think we're that far north. Actually, let's have a look at the months. We're actually starting in the spring of April, May, so we're obviously in the north hemisphere. Since this is April, May, and spring. You like to play on the ice sheets. I haven't tried that yet. What I've actually been working on is getting better at defending my base, so I've been making them harder and harder. Alright, and she's still running around and doing things, so that's fine. What I want to do is I also want to set up a dumping zone. Where are we going to put it? We don't want to put it there because it's a place we're going to be going a lot. Let's put it right here. And let's just call this chunks and corpses for now. And we don't want to put animal corpses in there. Thank you. Allow rotten, the rest of stuff. Okay. We'll worry about tidying that up later. Yeah, I've actually been watching somebody who was doing an extreme ice playthrough. Where it was really, really cold. On sea ice. It was interesting. That's one of the things I do really like about this game is the fact that you can, and especially with the mods, you can set up a custom scenario to try out different, you know, what-ifs. And I think that's awesome. Alright, so something that we haven't done with her yet, and let's just pause it for a moment. Wait till she wakes up, but I do want to go ahead and change these. Okay, so I'm trying to remember how to do this. So shift. There we go. You're your own doctor. You're not very good at it, but you're your own doctor. The Hall Plus, flick, and alright, we'll leave this like this for now. Because we just want her to do whatever it is that we ask, or we set her out to do. So we do need to set up some growing zones, and I love this mod, growing zone. We want rich soil only, and let's start by setting up, let's do rice, because that needs, it's more sensitive to soil, and let's put that in there. She cannot do heel root yet. Yeah, minimum skill of 8, and, well, she's not 8. Actually, what I'm looking for is this. Growing, no, she's 5. Okay, so... Right, so that's our growing zone. We'll start with... Actually, let's get some corn going, too. That seems like a good idea. Again, we just want the rich soil. Ah, this saves so much time. It is wonderful. So let's do like that, and we'll make that one corn. Wonderful. And yes, the healing herbs. In my opinion, they are pretty much a necessity. We do have some growing wild. That one is actually ready to harvest, so we can go ahead and tell her to grab that. Okay, so what are you up to? Okay, so you're roofing, that's wonderful. And you're fixing something that's nice. Okay, so here is our steel. Is there any similar... Okay, yes, there is more on the map, so let's get her to get that in. I'd like to know where my silver is. Oh, wonderful. We have a grizzly bear nearby. Oh, that's fantastic. That's going to be so bad. Okay, so let's set this on a little slower here. Let's set up. We are going to just go ahead and wall that off. People probably set it ablaze, but, you know, whatever. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go ahead and set that off. No, cancel that. I don't actually want her doing that. And let's grab a door. We're going to toss this in here. And we're also going to put in a little bit of wall here with a door. This is sort of our temporary area. And what we're looking for here, this is going to be our prison room, which we need to get up pretty quickly. So go ahead. I'd like to know where my silver is. Oh, actually... yeah, we need... Actually, we can get her to... Alright. Think. Actually, that is going to become our freezer. Again, this is all intended to be temporary. Is that what I want? Yeah, okay, that'll do. Yeah, that'll have to do. Alright, so let's go ahead. I'm going to grab some of this. I want... Let's cancel that part. No, not all of that. Stop. Dang it. Let's just build that part first. Get him, cat. Yes. Yakov will probably save our behinds. Alright, checking up on chat. One of your main healing items caused medicine... Something you couldn't get out of Trennis used it if you wanted someone to lead. Yeah, like Erica, what are you doing? No. Would you go into the bed? Thank you. Sorry for disrupting your sleep, but you have a better place to sleep. Alright, I'm just going to slow it down a bit while we look at some things. I don't want you running away. Let's go into medical. Speaking of medical care, let's set it on herbal for the moment. We don't want to use up our precious, really good medicine. Let's check the animals. For the medical, actually for the animals. And they're set up to that. Let's go back to colonists. I think it's under Erica. Let's go to health. And let's set that to the default as being that, so we don't end up having them being used when we don't want them to. Alright, we also want to set up some areas. Right. Okay, so let's go to manage area. Let's set a new... Actually, we don't need a new area. Ooh, these are purple. Awesome. Love the colors. All right, let's set this one up to quarantine. And we'll rename this one to quarantine animal. Animal quarantine. So if something happens, we can actually set them to animal quarantine. And Yakov, basically... Actually, I'm going to keep you guys set to home for now. Actually, you can be... Not you. You can be unrestricted. So let's go and put... right, we want to set up the actual zones. So let's set up the quarantine, and right now our quarantine consists entirely of that, and our animal quarantine also consists entirely of that. Alright, and we also want to change the home zone so it doesn't auto-expand, because I don't like doing that. Alright, so what are you doing now? You're hauling steel. Okay. Where are you going for that steel? Is there money nearby? Where's our money? Okay, that does concern me a little bit. We haven't been able to find the money. Are you gonna die of something? That would be nice. Not likely, not unless you get an infection that takes you out. Okay, so we have a little bit of wood there, so we don't have much wood left. Oh no, actually we do have some wood. How about we bring that in too? There's my money. Alright, let's get that in too. Alright, there's a rabbit. Unfortunately, we're not set up yet to do anything, and that's why I set that to go to the corpse pile. Because it's now rotten. Is that where they took it? Where did I put it? Where's my corpse pile? There it is. No. Oh, somebody must have eaten it. That's fine, as long as it's gone. That's all I care about. Right. We're gonna set up a corpse pile. Actually, looks like an excellent spot to put the corpses that aren't likely to be seen. So let's go ahead and set up an additional wall. We're just gonna put it right here with a door, and then we are going to set up dumping stockpile zone here, and this is only going to be for human corpses. Let's clear all human-like corpses, just stranger corpses. Right now, if we have a colonist corpse, the series is over because there's only us. So there we go. And then we will go over here and we'll take this off. We don't want any corpses in this pile. Thank you. There. Okay. All right. You're taking far too long. What? Visitors. They have a few items to trade. Well, Uli team, I'm afraid that I don't really have anything to trade. Okay, so Erica, how you doing with getting the stuff in? Let's go a little faster. That's gonna take a while. A few more trips. Okay, so it's taking a little longer than I would like to set things up. That's ready to harvest as well. Let's grab that. Okay, so it looks like we are gonna have to manage her priorities here pretty quick. We are gonna have to put that one there, and we are gonna have to do a little bit of mining. Actually, these two are probably a little excessive. Yeah, sorry. No point in talking to you because we have nothing to trade. Good luck, don't get eaten by a bear on the way out. Yes, the other thing is these cats, they eat grass. They've been turned into vegetarians. It's just very interesting. Oh, you hear the birds in the background? Yes, they are singing up a storm, aren't they? Get out of here, boar. Alright, what you up to? You're still hauling steel. Okay. We should be done that pretty quick. Okay, now you're building. Excellent. I have a feeling we will... Okay, so this is just one of the mods that I have. And it lets you group colonists together. Now, this overlaps with this mod here to a certain extent, but I use them both, so I'll show you them when I set them up. But Eternity, yes, they are... Oh, hang on, we have a mad animal. Yes, they are finches, they're zebra finches. A local rat has gone mad. Alright, well, we might as well mark that for hunting. And, well, we'll deal with it when it comes running up to bite us. Really? How many times did you shoot? Okay, you got it. Did you get hurt? No, you're fine. Okay, excellent. Go get your weapon. Alright. That's another mod, by the way, that does that. That is, this mod here. That, I think it's called Sidearms. Simply Sidearms or something like that, and it lets you set up this sort of thing. And I think if you lock this, then she won't drop that. We'll find out next time she gets attacked to see if she doesn't drop it. Okay, yeah, you can actually go do your thing. Okay. Alright, so we're probably going to need to cut some more stuff here, so I don't want to give her too much to do since she's only one person. And we haven't actually got any food planted yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to tell her to just chop the wood that's in the growing area, and that'll give us a little bit of extra wood. Greater, hello! Welcome to the stream. How you doing today? Tonight? No, it's still today. Alright, well, in a very convoluted way, we now have that blocked off. Oh. We already have... We have lots of spacecraft chunks, which is the new piece. That one right there. Okay, well, that's actually very handy, and that's very good. We might actually deconstruct it sooner rather than later and bring it in, but... Oh, and I have some new toys set up. I've set up some voice commands for Restream so I can do things like Val time. Woohoo! So basically I can now give voice commands to run that and other things that I normally had to flip over and manually type in, and I don't have to do that anymore, so that is amazing. You finished your test run through Chapter 4, you found a few bugs, which is good, and a few points you can see that lead to confusion. Cool. So that means when I get to the point of going through Chapter 4 and trying to break it, there'll be less things for me to find. Maybe it'll be nothing. That'd be cool. A perfect chapter. Alright, so she's doing that now. Alright, okay, that's okay out there for a little bit. Yeah, you go ahead and... No! See? That damn... Excuse the language, grizzly bear. I knew it! I didn't even have time to react. The dog. I should have kept the dog inside. I let the dog outside. Yeah, it was an insta-kill. It basically ripped its throat out. It's me, if there's bugs, I'll do my best to find them, that's for sure. Well, there goes one mouth to feed. Ah. I think that's the first time I've actually lost one of the little guys. And it was my fault. I should have told him. If I had done what I normally do, which is go here and told it that it couldn't actually go out here, that he'd still be alive, because like I said, I still have I have a wall here now. Sorry, little Lilia, even though I called you useless, I did not intend for you to be killed. That was definitely not my intention. I kind of pride myself on keeping all the critters I start with alive till the end. And that, well, that didn't happen. Alright, so what are you doing now? You're doing that, okay. Okay, how is this stuff over here? That is still growing. Yeah, don't want to cut them too early. Let's grab that one. Actually, no. Cancel that one. That one's not done yet. Val kills puppies. Well, technically it was the grizzly bear, but yes, my carelessness. If I'd done what I normally do, it's because I'm streaming and I didn't, and I'm tired, and I missed doing some of my normal stuff. That was one of the things I normally do, is restrict the home zone to make sure yeah. Wait a minute. Didn't I set him to quarantine? I thought I sent him to quarantine. Did I mess up and set him back to home? I must have. Yeah, I did. I put him back in home, forgetting that I hadn't restricted the home. Okay, yeah, it was my fault. I didn't personally rip his throat out, but yes. Or her throat out. But yes, let's get those ones going. That shouldn't have happened. Okay, she does have to kind of go all the way around now, which is a little bit of a pain. Okay, we might actually throw a door right here. And actually, Erica? I would like to keep that bear on the other side of the wall, so I know you're working on that, and that's wonderful, but if we could cut this, and that is enough. Okay, you picked it up. Excellent. So if you can build that, and you're taking that up there, awesome. Then that means that we can get through there, but the bear, and that's 75% grown. Let's leave that for now. Although, we're probably going to need... Okay, once you get that sown, then oh, there was still a tree for you there to do, so... I'm probably going to ask you to bring that in. Is that decays? Okay, good. Thank you kindly. Another mod I have lets things stack up to higher quantities. Less puppies means more room for cats. Well, that's one way to look at... Oh, that's one way to look... But the animal... Okay, so let's pause it. Pause it, thank you. The animal was bonded to Erica, so Erica is going to be mourning the poor little Yorkie for some time. Yeah. Basically for a little over a month. About 20 days. I think it's been a couple... We've gone through at least one day since then. Fortunately, the New Colony Hope is going to offset that for a little bit longer, but then it's going to drop. Which is unfortunate, but we also have a raid. And we should probably put you on self-10 for now, because after this raid, you're probably going to need it. Alright, let's check the huge raid that's about to jump on us. One person, which is useful. Kanuki? What have we got for Kanuki? Oh, we want to try to capture Kanuki if they don't kill us. Might kill us. You're a mechanoid nerd. You like mechanoids. Oh, okay. You're abrasive and you're cyclically sensitive. So you're going to piss everyone off and you get pissed off by psychic events more so than usual. That's lovely. 40%. I hope these things make up for it because well, we're gonna have to soften them up. Did it say, oh, actually, archive, that's another mod that I have. Let you look at these again. They're attacking immediately. They're unusually clever. I'm not sure what that means when there's only one guy. But Erica, where are you? Erica, we need to get you here. So let's draft you up. Let's toss you here. And Yakov, you are totally untrained, so if you come to her aid, that will be lovely, but I really don't expect it to happen, especially now that you're on the other side of the wall. Alright, where is he? Where's the asshat? Lost track of the asshat. Oh, that's the wrong the archive. Where are you? Okay, so you're slowly making your way. Okay, that's actually not as well. Okay, Erica. Actually, what do you have? You have a steel knife. Alright, I really don't need to hide. At all. Alright, let's go. Okay, shoot him. Shoot him. Shoot him again. Shoot him again. Good job. Alright, actually, we don't want to do that. We want you to melee attack. And pray that you don't get knocked out yourself with a lucky... Oh, thank heavens, we got him. Alright, so we do have a small issue. We have no place to put him, but we will be able to make that a reality very quickly here. Which room are we going to stick him in? Alright, let's go to... Brain! Function, please. Thank you. Furniture. Appreciate your cooperation there. So let's go ahead and set that for prisoner and medical. And if you would mind capturing that individual, that would be lovely. And we might as well unforbid that, so at some point it might get dragged in because it's our only weapon aside from her gun. Actually, I might have her equip it. Okay, so let's undo that. Let's take a look at him. He's 79%. That's not too bad. We'll chat and recruit. We don't actually have any herbal medicine yet, so as much as it goes against my normal desires to conserve that stuff, we actually want to recruit you, so we would prefer it if you didn't die of an infection. And Erica, you are equipping the assault rifle. Okay, that's fine. So do that quickly. And you're tending to him. Okay, wonderful. Go ahead and do that. And what's the temperature? It's 30 degrees out. Alright, it probably would not be a good idea to put a torch in here. As much as I would like to. Okay, so you had a bite to eat. Okay, so you go to sleep. What we're going to do is... okay, we actually need to go ahead and do this. And we are going to build that like that. And then we can unforbid that part. And we are going to put out power, thank you. We're going to throw out a solar generator. Sure, we'll put it here. They can... like that. You're sounding... I want you out of there anyway. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a power conduit. We're actually going to run it like this. And then we can run it through here. Go like so. Put this into here. That gives us power all the way there. Eventually, and you're going to be really lucky, and you're going to get a light. Enjoy the privilege. And we're actually going to put in an electric stove as well. Put that right there. And let's go ahead and throw in a butcher's table. And we're going to put that there. Chat 'em up. You love the place, don't you? You don't mind laying on the bare floor at all, right? Here. Oh. You are so horrible at construction. You really, really are. Alright, let's just throw that there. I know it's in the way, but we can move it later. I just want to get it built. Actually, as I say that, let's change my mind and let's do that so it doesn't actually block it. Alright. Once we get the other person, then we can do a little bit of more of micromanaging about where people are going. And when and why, and let's see about restricting. Actually, I want to change this to anything you can actually sleep. We're going to change work to... So that gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, that's a little excessive. Let's set that to joy then. A couple hours of joy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 10 hours. And that gives them plenty of time to sleep as well. Oh, we gotta set these up. New restrict policy, rename. Default. New assign and rename. Oops. Default. New animal policy, rename. This is it. Default. Alright, let's change that to default. Animals. Default. This is another mod that lets you set these up, and I'm still getting used to it. I'm still not sure if I actually like it yet or not. Okay, so it's restrict, assign in animals. Restrict, assign, there we go. And set that to default. Anything, we're going to set you to soldier instead. We're going to manage the outfits, we're going to change it. We're going to go in here, check. No, you don't need a parka in this area. I don't want you wearing a parka. The t-shirt's fine, the button down, and I like dusters. So that's okay. Let's look at the worker. Again, no parkas. The duster is fine. The shirt, the headgear. That should be fine. Okay. Right, so how you doing? Needs. You're lying on the ground. Yes, I know. We're working on that. You're imprisoned. Sorry, until you decide you like us and get Stockholm Syndrome, you're staying there. Ugly environment. Well, sorry. Hungry? Yeah. Erica will look after that when she wakes up. Her room isn't much better. It's full of ugly stuff. Get him to feed him. Alright. Okay, so we are going to have... Oh, we actually got some rice. Perhaps we could bring that in. That would be lovely. 8.3% chance. Hopefully it won't take too long before we get our new colonist. Let's go ahead and chop a little bit of this wood. You're still planting that, okay. Alright, hello to person in the YouTube. I would highly recommend that you please use English, because if you don't, I'm going to have to ban you under the assumption that you are saying something bad, because I do not read whatever language that is. Looks like Russian, perhaps? And just a moment, I'm just going to do something here that I meant to do and I didn't. Alright, back to the game. You think that's Russian? Yeah, it is, and it didn't look like a rude thing, so as far as I can tell. But, so, hopefully the person on YouTube, whose name is German, who is typing in something that's not German, can understand me. Please speak in English. Otherwise, I'll have to assume that you're saying inappropriate things, that you're saying bad things. Unfortunately, people do like to do that. They'll come in a foreign language, put in bad words, thinking that they will get away with it. And yes, it's Russian. Okay, cool. I guessed right. And thank you very much for speaking in English now. I appreciate that. 11% chance. Well, we're getting better. You're stargazing. Okay, well, you need to keep that joy up, so... Which actually reminds me, we never set up our joy, which is, let's put it in there. Okay. Okay, so Kanuki is healed. We are having... We need batteries. Well, it's nighttime and everything goes off. It's fine if it goes off at night, because, well, you know, you tend to sleep at night, although it's probably making you annoyed, isn't it? In darkness, yes it is. Okay, well, I guess we need... We're gonna have to function without that. Well, unless we set up... I don't really want to put it here yet, but maybe we have to. Okay, fine. I don't want to do batteries yet because I don't have a room that won't burn. And batteries really like to go kaboom. As it is, we've got it bad enough with the conduit running through wood walls. Alright. Chat him up. Make him a friend. Ah, dang it. Alright, well, what are you doing? You're harvesting the... Actually, did you get... Oh, you did. Okay, actually... Select similar... Get those in, please. Yeah, bring them in because they will start to decay. And I would kind of like to have them... inside, where they're going to be of use. And these are actually ready to harvest. So let's actually go to orders. Let's select harvest. And what about you? Are you ready? It looks like you're ready. Interesting. Actually, I prefer not... That's what I was worried about, is it would be trying to harvest them when they're not ready. And if you are really bad at harvesting, then you don't actually get anything. Actually, if you wouldn't mind hauling this back. And that one. And that one. It'd be nicer if you collect them up, but you're not going to do that. Alright, so that gives us a little bit of herbal meds. That's nice. Oh, yes. Sorry about that. Let's take that off medical so he can sleep in there. Why don't I do the batteries outdoors? Well, I could do that if I put a little roof over them. It's just that they're also then subject to getting destroyed by raiders. Basically, they go for anything that's a soft target, and batteries sitting outside are one of them. But, yeah, I guess we can do that. There we are. I guess we could tuck a battery right here. And a psychic drone female. Now that's lovely. Eric is going to be so happy with that. Lovely. Alright, we're going to have to run this through like that. And then let's go ahead and put in a battery right there. Except it is right by a wood wall, isn't it? I'm not a bright person. Alright, let's change this. That means this has to go basically around here. No, wait. What am I doing? Putting out things that I need to destroy. That's what I'm doing. Okay, orders. Cancel. Get rid of these. Just want to make sure I'm not... Actually, what am I doing? Select... No, not on the map. That's not how I do it. Okay, select that. Select this, like that. Whee! There we go. Cancel. Keep forgetting I can do that. Alright, so... Let's go back to the zone area. Let's clear that build roof area. Let's build this over here. And... That's away from the wood structures, and it's on nothing that'll burn. Come on, brain. Let's get it in gear. Where am I going? Power, thank you. We'll just set one for now. Alright. Not if I put a barrier around them. Well, yes, but right now the only thing I have is wood, and I'm trying to not set up something flammable. That's why I'm not putting them inside. Oh, we got him! We got him! We got Kanuki! Woohoo! Alright, guys. One of the changes that I've made to my Patreon is that when I'm playing a game where I can name things... Actually, it's a more generic version of what I had before, where I was going to put statues and bases and stuff. Well, I can't put statues here, but I can name characters. So, for today, because this is today is Squirrel, if you would like to name this character, if you'd like to give them a new nickname, put your options in chat. When I'm doing a more official playthrough of a game that lets me name things, then I'll be restricting it to people who are patrons. But today, it's a Today's Squirrel, so anything goes. So let's have a look at the fella here. This is Marcus Kanuki. He's 25. He likes a shooting in the melee, and he likes a little bit of medicine and some constructing and some crafting and some intellectual. So he's a pretty well-rounded fella. Put your Nebuchadnezzar. I don't know. I think that might actually be too long for the thing. And then I'm going to, I actually don't have any dice I can roll. I was gonna like number them 1 to 4 and roll a dice, but I don't actually have a dice right handy. You've never played this game and you're just guessing. Ah, okay, Trinity. Memnock? Okay. It's one of your favorite Anne Rice books. You can never remember how to spell it. Okay. Let's see. Is there something that I can use as a faux random thing? Because my brain is too tired for me to actually pick. What can I use? Something I can toss that has two sides, or 3 sides if somebody else puts in a name in the next minute. Okay, I need... Man, come on. Okay, here. This I can toss this. It's got writing on one side. I will You think memnock is easier. Okay, well, I'm still going to toss... I'm tossing a USB with writing. That's my random thing right now. No one can ever pronounce it. We'd probably call him Ken for short. Okay, that actually was a terrible throw. It'd probably help if I don't look at it. Just, you know, move it around in my hands randomly and then throw it on the desk. And it's rating side up, so that's number 1. It looks like Nebuchadnezzar it is. Can we call him Ken? Let's see if it fits. Hey, it fit! 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we only had 3 more characters, so I knew it was getting close to the limit. I didn't know if it exceeded. Okay, Nebuchadnezzar it is. You will probably get called Ken for short. Or maybe Nebs. We're not sure. No, actually I like Ken better. And alright. Yes, and our cat also produces wool, which is very nice. There we go. You just spell it different. Ah. Nebuchadnezzar spelled different. Yes, that's Ken. Alright, so now's it's worth spending the time to set up the work a little more intelligently. Alright, so let's do this. You actually both like this, so but we're gonna put you on 9, so basically we can ask you to do it if necessary. Because it'll be better than having her doctor herself, basically. Bed rest a number 1, haul a number 1. Some people like to set bed rest lower. I actually would rather get them bandaged up and get out of there than otherwise. I know I have a mod that's supposed to stop them from using medicine for bruises. And I don't think any of the mods that I've added since then has broken that, so it should be fine. You're both equally sucky at wardening, so, you know, you might as well both do it. Handling. You don't do handling, so Erica loves the handling, so she's going to get that number 1. In fact, because of that, let's change this down to a lower. And let you do that first, because neither of you have a burning passion for it. She is, however, going to be the cook, because you're worse than she is. Not by a lot, but you're still worse. For hunting, you're actually slightly better, and you like doing it, so I think you're going to get the gun, which means we're going to take her off hunting. Constructing, you are our primary constructor. She doesn't particularly like it. So we'll set her at 9, so that she can do it if we absolutely need her to, because as we've seen, she is not that good at it. Growing, she is going to be the grower, because you can't, as she's also going to be the miner, so obviously we need to get a proper grower at some point here. Can you... I guess we'll have her doing the plant cutting too. We don't want him harvesting, because he'll destroy 90% of what he's trying to harvest. You are our crafter, so let's take her off. Oops. She does like it. So let's put it on 4. And for crafting, let's put you on 1, and we'll set that on 4 as well. She's not going to be doing any art. And hauling. Alright, who is busier? Until we get the cat trained up. He will do some hauling on his own, but he doesn't do as much as once he's trained up. And the same thing with the cleaning. And you are our researcher, so let's put that on there. Let's take her off research. Oops, I went the wrong way. Alright, yeah, if we want something done quickly, we can do the haul. Okay, so she's going to be doing the hunting, the cooking, okay, you are going to be haul. Because she's got too many things on her plate already, I think. Because we won't, even though you're on 1s, we won't be doing this to start with. Okay. Now that we got that sorted out. And it looks like I am going to have to trigger the naming event. We'll wait until the tomorrow morning to find out. Which, unfortunately, because of the bug, tells us that if the naming event doesn't come up naturally, now we have 2 colonists. it means that there are mechanoids in here and they are roaming around in it. So, not that we had any plans to go in there immediately, but now we already know something because of that. Alright, so that is getting done. And you are doing some harvesting. That is wonderful. Actually, let's leave it on slow while I set up a little bit more of things here. Right, we are going to make this a stockpile zone, and we are going to rename this to the freezer. It's not a freezer yet, but it's going to be. And this, we're going to add a bill. We're going to set up, this is another mod that adds additional types of food as well as letting you do bulk foods. So this saves a tiny bit of time doing them in groups of 4. So we are going to set up, let's do a Vegemush. Let's add another bill for meatballs, and then we'll add individual ones in case we don't have enough food. But we would prefer to use the vegetables right now over the meat. Actually, no, it doesn't really matter because we can't freeze it. Alright, anyway, let's see about restricting the radius so they're not running halfway across the universe. Let's do this like this until we get the freezer set up. We'll set it up like that. We're going to do it until we have X. X is going to be 8, which actually, let's do, no, we got the cat. Let's do 8. Okay, so pause when satisfied, unpause at 4. And Erica's the only one that can do it, so we will, let's just make sure it's Erica that's doing it for now. And we don't want to include berries because they can eat berries without any negative effects. So then let's just change these to be similar. Come on. Close enough. Okay, do until you have X. X is 8. Pause until satisfied. Then undo at 4. Erica. This one, yeah, no, down to 30. 35, do X times, do until you have an X. X is 8, 4, Erica. And make sure human meat is not selected, good. That sounds chilly. Do until you have X. X is 10. There to 4. Erica. Okay. So that is done. Alrighty, checking up on chat. Jaden! I like your new name there. Hello, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Oh, is it SR? I got the SRP sign on. Oops, sorry. I meant to take that off. That's one of the things that I neglected to do when I was setting up, when I decided that I wouldn't be doing the SRP today. So, yes, you don't have to use OOC today. Thank you, actually, for... Although you didn't mean to, you pointed it out for me. That works for me. Awesome. Okay, so... thank you for cleaning. That is fabulous. I appreciate that. If you could do the kitchen sometime soon, that would actually be pretty awesome. Let's go ahead and tell them to smooth the floor in there. I think we can do it because it's all stone. So we've actually got some food to eat now. That is wonderful. And really? Okay. That's right. Hang on here. Work. Restrict. Copy that. Paste that. There. Go do your job. Thank you. And let's grab some more things to chop. We need some more wood. And let's select all this. Let's unforbid it. And I just realized we have no door into this. And probably... Let's put the door there. Okay, so we'll also want to get that out of there. You're smoothing the floor. I was about to say, what are you doing hanging out in the kitchen? The food's not ready yet. Okay, so you are getting food. What? What are you doing? You're smoothing the floor. Okay, sorry, you're working. Keep up the good work. Let's deconstruct that for now. We need to get you a bed. We need to get you a bed soon. Alright, actually, can I ask you to chop this? Oh, I can't. I actually have to go to here. I guess we will set you on... There, at least I can tell you, could you harvest that, please? And then you can make yourself useful by building something. It's gonna be, you're not gonna get as much as she would. Yeah, I think she would have gotten 35, he's got 30. Oh, where are you? Really? Okay, well, I actually really wanted you to do this instead, but, you know, sleeping on the ground is really not a good thing. Here, if you're gonna sleep on something hard, at least do it under a roof, okay? Come here and sleep. Alright, so you were sewing and now you're resting. Okay, that's fine. We're probably going to have to put a fence around this pretty soon. Or we're going to have things eating our plants. Mind you, if they do and I notice it, then I can always shoot them. Okay, hang on, just... Stuffin', are you just coughing or are you going to herc? Because if you're going to herc, I need to move you. I think she might just be having a small asthma attack. I think so. Which means I need to medicate her later, but... Poor Stuffin'! You gonna be okay? I don't know if you can hear her going in the background, but... Yeah, it's an asthma. Poor cat. Oh, I guess we can get rid of that. Okay, so let's look at the restrict stuff. Alright, hunter lacks ranged weapon, right. Erica, did somebody bring that in? Where's that? Or did you picked it up again? Alright, well. Okay, fine. Okay, I want you to drop it. Was it shift? Why can't I get you to drop that? I forget the key. Drop it. Thank you. 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 Drop it. Okay. No, 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 no. That's not what I want you to do. I want you to equip that. And once you finish harvesting that popular tree, I want you to actually equip that as your primary. And let's go ahead and lock it so you don't drop it. And let's go ahead and lock it so you don't drop it. There. So now we can set up some hunting. Alright. Let's just slow it down. We're going to update our zones. Home needs to be... whoops. Where's home? Home needs to be expanded. So things that are in the home zone will be looked after. Okay, that's good. Yeah, that would be a pain if it burns, but I don't really care. Not enough to, at this point, add it. Okay. So let's add to the quarantine. Yes, Stuffin'. Poor stuff. That's going to be built soon, so let's go ahead and include it as part of the quarantine. And the animal quarantine Be the same thing. Actually, yeah, because you're our only pet and you are allowed to go anywhere. Alright, Yakov. I think once we get a little bit more rice... Actually, we got enough rice. Let's go ahead and set you up for training. We're going to set you up for release. And we will... We're just going to do all the training. Oops. And Erica should hopefully do that fairly quickly. Taking rice, yeah, she's going to do a little bit of training. See if we can get you trained up to be a little more helpful. There you go. There we go. Fabulous. It is so nice having two people. Alright, so... heat wave. Of course it's a heat wave. Well, that's unfortunate. It means we have to put something in a little quicker than I'd planned, but we'll do it. Now that we got a battery, I think we can actually afford to do it. So let's go to the temperature. Let's get ourselves a cooler. Make sure it's facing in. And actually, let's put it there. And that means all the doors except... Actually, this one, actually, could you select more than one? That would be lovely. Let's set all these to hold open. And, oh. I didn't set up the storage properly. Okay, so let's... You're not putting apparel in there. The corpses, actually, yes, you are putting corpses in. Not human corpses, however. We want animal corpses. But not rotten stuff. No rotten stuff. We do not want hay or kibble or pemmican in there. The chocolate, sure, that's fine. We don't manufacture raw items or weapons. Medicine, we want the herbal medicine. And corn syrup. And I suppose wort, although we won't be doing that. And then we'll change our storage zone here, so we are not going to put that in there. Corn syrup or wort. We are also not going to put meals or raw food in there. We're also not going to allow rotten. And that should be good. Okay, if you could get that built, and actually something that I needed to do, we wanted to expand the no roof area. We actually don't want a roof on this. Erica? Ken's got an issue. Okay, fine, have a snack. No, I still want you to free Ken from his... the tomb that he's put himself into. There you go, Ken. You're fine. You'll be fine. Fabulous. And we can actually see about putting, building a copy of this in here. Going like that. Alright, so... it is actually doing its thing. Current power use is high. Let's go ahead and turn this off. Tattered apparel. Well, sorry, you're just gonna have to deal with it. Who's got a break wrist? Ken. Oh, right. Let's take that out. And then Ken will sleep here. It's not the best room, but it's better than sharing one, and it's better than having it on the floor, so... yeah. Okay, so we want to butcher creatures. We want to do it forever. Anybody can do it. And we will right now not restrict the radius, because then they'll go out and grab the creatures to butcher if necessary. So, yeah. Okay, we don't have any creatures to butcher, but it'll do. Actually, that's one of the things I'm working towards, is now that these things are built and set up, we can actually see about doing something in regards to making stone blocks so we can replace the wood with stone. And let's find not the sculptor's table, the stonecutter's table. There we go. And yeah, we'll make it out of wood, and we'll throw that in the common room here. And we can also see about getting something a little nicer in terms of furniture. Let's sure, we'll do that. Let's just do stools for the moment. That's actually bad. Let's cancel that. Let's do it so it's actually facing the table. So we'll go ahead and do that. And then we can go ahead and... yeah, we are going to need more power here. Let's put a light in the common room. And then we are also going to ask for this to be done. Let's go ahead and set this to no roof area so it don't put in roofs. Hopefully we can take that out once we can dig that. And what are you doing? You are sowing rice plants. Good. And you're already working on that. Fabulous. I was going to send her over here to do this, but that's fine. And we should probably set up out here the stockpile zone. I'm going to throw this here. We are going to rename it to chunks. Storage, we're going to clear, that's fine, clear it all. We want chunks, but we only want stone chunks for the moment. And that way we can select some that are in the nearby area and ask them to be hauled at some point, but not urgently. That should be enough for the moment. Plus, it has the side benefit of clearing this stuff. Oops. I hate the way it changes sizes when you do that. Okay, so good. Ah, that's built. So now let's add a bill. So we've got limestone. Let's pause it for a sec. We've got limestone. We've got marble, and we've got some granite. All right. I would prefer granite, actually. We might actually take these down and collect it. What have we got here? That is marble. That is the softest stone. We've got some slate there. That's slate. Well, it'll look kind of patchworky, but... Alright, so the thing that we have the most is limestone, I think, in the area. Limestone. Well, relatively speaking. Okay. Let's ask for limestone blocks. We're going to do until you have X. Let's set X to 500. Let's set the radius. Do this so I can see it. We only want it to encompass our stockpile we have here. We don't want them going... so that's fine. Pause when satisfied. Unpause at, say, 2. Yeah, that's fine. That'll do. Okay, so we're going to add a bill. We're going to add granite. We do the same thing. Actually, well, what that was set up for radius of 9. Okay, so radius of 9. Do until you have X. 500. Sure. And we also have marble, so we'll add that. That we're going to be using for like decorating and stuff, floors, that kind of thing. So we still need it, but we don't need it as urgently as we do others. Let's pause on status. Let's do it at 200. Okay. So he'll be doing the harder ones, the ones that have more health first, which is what we want for walls. All right. I saw that heart. Don't think I didn't. Who hit on who? Rebuffed by Erica. Oh, Erica told you where you got off, did she? Ah. You gotta work harder than that, Ken. I'm sorry. You tried twice. I missed that one earlier. Actually, you tried 3 times. Because you had a 3 there. Alright, yeah. You have to chat her up a bit more. You really like her because she chatted you up when you were a prisoner, but she's not so sure about you yet. You gotta work on it, bud. Bring her some flowers. That'll probably start things off a little better. Alright, so we've actually got some stone now. And that's limestone, so I am going to go to structure. I'm going to take wall, we're going to change it to limestone. And we want to change these out for limestone. We'll do that first, and then we'll work our way along our perimeter wall here first. Since that is the thing we're likely to try to get set on fire if somebody comes from this direction. We will briefly be exposed while it's being fixed, but is what it is. Alright, so we can go ahead and put another 2 of these down. Actually, I would like these to be taken out of here and not just relocated to somewhere where people can trip over it. That would be nice. Thank you. Alright, so this... Are we still in a heat wave? We are. What's the temperature like? It's not wonderful, but that's mostly because we're kind of out of power. That should... Yeah, there we go. That's improved. Alright, so this, we want to take it down, as this is our actual freezer area. And what's our temperature? It is... Let's have a look. This is another mod that lets you look at the temperatures. I think it's called Heat Map. So you can see our freezer is actually... It's trying to stay frozen. At least it's acting like a refrigerator, if not a freezer. So that's good. At least it's a start. This room is a little hot. Actually, that's the coolest room. These are hotter. So to fix that, what we're going to do is... We are actually going to put a vent in. Let's go ahead and throw a vent in. We're going to need these anyway. Let's put that there. Let's put this one here. And we'll put that one there. And actually this one, whoops, not forbid. We don't want to hold this one open. This actually is acting as our airlock. Because if you look at the temperature, once somebody goes through here... Neb, Ken, can I borrow you for a sec? Would you mind standing over here? Thank you, you're fabulous. Alright, so now you can see that the temperature here is a little cooler. And that's because there's a little coolness bleeding through here, and as they go in and out, this little slightly cooler area is going to help the freezer not lose as much coolness. And this, which is unroofed, is where we're exhausting our things. And what I like to do... Oh, good, it's over. What I like to do with this little area here is I usually end up making it bigger. If we end up keeping this as part of the base, and we might do. We'll see if we can keep it and not just restart over here. This, we can put a trade beacon in here, and I like to use this as the reception area for stuff that we're receiving from trade. Now that this is over, this does mean this is going to temporarily be open to the air, so we're just going to go ahead and turn that off because there's no point in wasting power while it's open. So once you get that in, and hopefully Hopefully nothing comes in and tries to snack on our food before then. Fabulous. Ken! No. Oh, she's doing it. Oh, she's doing it. Right. You have nothing else to do, Erica. Apparently not. Alright, well, somebody can turn that back on now. Wonderful. Okay, so we still have more limestone, so let's go ahead and do this. This I'm not too worried about. And actually, since... actually, not forbid. Whoops. Actually, we can leave that one open and this one open as well for now. This one I do actually want to shut, as well as this one. And for the now, that is going to be our prisoner room, so that's the next area we're going to fortify a bit. Okay, good. So how much? We have 12 left. Alright, well, that means that what we can do... You guys can continue by business. We can do those 3. At some point. And we do have a little bit of wood. 278. Alright, so how's our heat map now that we've got these vents in? Much better. It works better than opening the doors. The doors help, but they don't work as well. And you can see our little airlock there is working. Now, since this is actually, it's not a really hot area, I don't think that it's worth double walling the freezer. Of course, I could be wrong. It is fluctuating more than I like. But we'll try it. We can always adjust and double wall it if we need to, but the double walling helps keep the cold in, as well as the airlock. So... So you'll notice this one stays steady and sometimes drops down. It's getting a little bit of bleed of cold into here. A friendly AI from my past. Okay, well that's going to be on the other side of the planet. We'll have a look, but I'm pretty sure it's the other side of the planet. Okay, so that's where it is. And we are living over here. That's us, the blue. So let's... Yep, there it is, right there. The other side of the planet. At least it's on the same continent. So I suppose there's that, except the whole planet is like one continent. So, yeah, it's all one continent. Right, so we need to get a little bit more of this before we can replace more. Did somebody fail? Somebody failed, didn't they? Oh well, at least it's not open to the outside. Yep. How you doing? Hang on here. Yakov, how you doing? Ooh, we got him trained for release. Fabulous. So let's go to animals. You are assigned to No Master. You are assigned to Erica. You can protect her behind. That would be lovely. And Erica, I think I'm going to take you off self-tend now that we have somebody else who can tend you at about the same qualities you can tend yourself. Yes, Tattle, I know. Okay, Ken. You don't have anything to do. Right. Oh. Okay. That's marble. Why don't you bring that in? Whoa. Okay, no, we don't want to grab all of that. Let's go like this. So this part's here. And you can bring that in. How's that? That way you'll fill it up and then you'll make some blah 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 blocks. blah 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 blocks. Alright, speaking of blah blah blocks, it is time for me to block you and say goodbye for the next 2 hours. I'm gonna block you on social media, the streaming, for 2 hours. How's that? Alright, oh wait, hang on here. Is that... There. Okay, that'll fix it. Alright, so let's go ahead and save the game, and it looks like we do need to fix the names, so I think I'll do that before we save it. No, we have to save it first. Okay, so fine, let's save it. And this is, if you run into this bug, this is how you get around it, because we should have got the naming event by now, and we have not. So you need to go back to the main menu, you need to go to the options, and you need to turn development mode on, and then you need to load your game, which will take a little bit because of all the mods. And I'm going to have a nice drink of tea, which you can hear me stirring. Delicious. Any time now. I thought by the time I finished drinking tea that this would be done, but no. Any day now. We're waiting. Hello. Yoo-hoo. It's like watching a pot. It doesn't boil when you're waiting for it. There we go. Okay, don't care about the debug log. Yes, I know I've got 3 million mods and some of them are probably having issues. Okay, so you need to go to the debug actions menu. You need to go down here to name colony, faction and base, and oh, what is our faction is going to be called? Actually, that's going to be the name of the place. I think that was the name of the dog that got killed. At least we can memorialize the dog if I've remembered the name correctly. In the name of the settlement. And the name of our faction is... Cats Rule. Why not? Okay, so now we can save it, and it's going to save it as Cats Rule. And there we go. Now I'm going to go back to the main menu, and I'm going to turn off the dev mode because I don't like running with dev mode on. It's unnecessary. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this afternoon, and I will be back in just under 2 hours with more of today's squirrel, which is RimWorld. Hope you're enjoying it. See you later. Bye.